everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to discuss a few things that I've seen going on, and all I want to recommend in this video is to own yourself, own your own brand, because once you own your own brand, no one can take that away from you. So what's going on right now in the media is a big scandal with Gucci. Gucci has this sweater that is blackface. It looks like blackface. To me, it looks exactly like blackface. The fact that you can pull it over your face and half of your face and half of your face is a black tone, and then the lips, around the lips, are bright red. That to me is exactly blackface. And if you're not aware of what blackface is, you can do the Google search. I've always known what blackface is, right? But I never really knew the cultural importance of it. Granted, I was born in the 90s, and blackface wasn't really such a pervasive thing. I guess up until like the 50s, maybe it really was pervasive. I've never really known a lot about blackface until this past summer with the Pusha T Drake issues and seeing Drake in the blackface. It really struck me, so I actually ended up doing more research on blackface to see what blackface really is about. So basically, it's a caricature of a black person. It's a white person playing a black person on TV, and to me, it's shocking when you see the coloration. So they use this super black makeup and super red lips, and super big lips, or sometimes they even do like white lips, and they just want to show off that we have these like big features, these big lips, which I have big lips, yes. No lip injections, not yet at least, but to show off really black people in a caricature. So it will be white people playing a black person, quote unquote a black person, but it will be a character. And a lot of people have done this over time. More recently, people have done it, like for example, Shane Dawson on YouTube. I saw Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon. I saw videos of that. Sarah Silverman she did it in her sketch comedy show. And majority of people who do it now are doing it, number one, to play a black role, which is stupid because you should hire a black person to play a black role. Even if it's a comedic thing, you can still hire a black person. There's tons of black comedians. And other than that, people do it usually in a mocking way or in a way to show something, like what Drake did. Now, Drake is a black person, so when a black person is doing blackface, it's a lot different than when a white person is doing it to make fun of black people if you're trying to show something. I still think you just shouldn't do it at all, but that's just my opinion. Now, the thing with blackface is when we see certain people, and we see these people who have a huge caricature. One is Tiffany Haddish. She's really accused of doing this, of bringing a bad light to black people. Tiffany Haddish just shows her story in the way she lived it, but the important part of it is to understand that Tiffany Haddish is a whole person. And so she has her ups and downs. She can be funny sometimes. She can be this kind of caricature of what people think a funny black woman is, but at the end of the day, she can go home and be a person who deserves respect. Now, when people put on blackface, it's a huge caricature of people who, it's showing people that black people don't deserve respect. It's showing black people in a light that's negative most of the time, and it doesn't help anyone. It shows that black people aren't really people, that it's like a makeup, it's like a clown. Personally, growing up, I grew up around a lot of white kids, and people used to tell me all the time that I should like rub my skin off, paint myself white. Those type of things are very hurtful. I was born this way, I have nice skin. Another form of blackface I think about that so many people tan to get darker, I already have, dark skin, is, Ariana Grande, Kim Kardashian. Those are people who are actually accused of using tan. I saw Mariah Lynn, also from Love and Hip Hop, using self-tanner in such a way that it makes their skin actually look like a black person's skin, not like a tan person's skin, but like a black person's skin. It's a little bit too dark. And those, you know, be that what it is, none of that has to do with really Gucci. But as we see brands, Prada, Gucci, other brands using blackface in their imagery, we have to question why are they using that in their imagery. One of the designers for Gucci, one of the most prominent designers, is someone called Dapper Dan. If you're not aware of who he is one of the most important people in hip-hop, from before hip-hop, all black culture. He's from Harlem. He is a designer and stylist, and he worked with Gucci on a lot of their designs. And when he dresses celebrities, he dresses them Gucci down. He dressed the CEO of Gucci. He dresses celebrities with all Gucci and Gucci print and everything. And it's kind of a slap in the face to him when you see a blackface sweater, when Gucci has used so much of black culture and has benefited so much from hip-hop culture embracing Gucci, because hip-hop culture doesn't embrace every brand. It really doesn't. And in recent years, Gucci has really been at the forefront of designers in hip-hop. If you look at the Soulja Boy thing, and he has this big Gucci headband the whole time, he should have been wearing the Soulja Boy headband and showing off his own brand. We have Gucci Man, who wears Gucci, who modeled for Gucci after he got out of jail. We have so much Gucci. It's so ingrained in our culture. That's like the coolest brand in hip-hop. And it's actually sad that they would do that. So someone like Dapper Dan, he puts out a statement and he says that Gucci, I'm going to be speaking with them. I'm going to be speaking with the CEO personally, myself. And it's like, yeah, all that's great. But where's the Dapper Dan brand? Where is the Gucci Man brand? Where is the Keisha Kaur brand clothing? Where is the Soulja Boy clothing? The only black people, I think it's widely known that they're in high-end fashion, is probably Virgil Abloh, creative director at Louis Vuitton. And I know that Kanye West, he talks about this a lot. Like, why don't we as black people own any of these European fashion house? Like, why don't we own it? Like, we wear it, why don't we own it? And I think that it went over a lot of people's heads when he said that in that interview with the Breakfast Club. And it definitely went over my head. I was like, who cares? I don't know any of these French people. Who cares? I don't know who they are. But I understand where he's coming from now. I understand why he would put out a $600-700 t-shirt, because that's what Gucci does, and Gucci gets people to buy their t-shirts and their $800 sweaters. And then they go back and disrespect the people who are actually buying it. It's pretty sad. So when you look at all of that, all those people should have been owning their own brands. And it's so important to own your own brand, because as much as you can do brand deals, and I've done brand deals on my Instagram, I've worked with people, I've worked with other people, it's so important to own your own brand. Because if tomorrow Pepsi does something inappropriate, and we have Cardi B as the face of Pepsi right now, and they do something inappropriate, what is Cardi gonna do? She doesn't have any control over that. She doesn't own that company. Now, a lot of people would think, can Cardi B compete with soda? We don't know. Having a Pepsi commercial is a huge deal. It's a huge endorsement, and I think that everyone knows, like, from Britney Spears to Michael Jackson, we know that Pepsi is a huge deal for a celebrity. But would it be better for her if she just owned her own soda? Maybe it would be. So just to say that owning your own brand is super important, especially once you have this celebrity stature. It is so important to own your own brand. And right now, I'm not saying that everyone could be a celebrity. It takes a lot to get in front of people and to make yourself public. But at the same time, if other people, if you're gonna be big enough where you could sell to people, a brand is using you because you could sell to people. Now, I don't know how many millions of dollars it was for Pepsi to run that Super Bowl commercial, but the reason why they ran it is because they're gonna make that over like tenfold. So if someone could promote something and drive millions of dollars, why not just promote it for yourself? Similar to a Kylie Jenner versus a Kardashian thing. Kylie Jenner, she created her own brand and she drove sales to herself. Now she owns 100% of her brand. Whereas her sisters did licensing deals and they don't own 100% of that, so they didn't make as much money off of it, even though they could have drove the same sales they were selling to other brands to their own brand. So it's super important to own your own brand. And just know that if you have the ability to drive sales, you can own your own brand. Thank you so much for watching this video. So on Instagram, I'm at Woman's Work, WHORK. The H is for hustle. Don't stop hustling, and I'll see you next time.